we all feel that we have been the same person throughout our lives. You feel that I am Simon now. You feel that I was Simon 5 minutes ago. I was Simon 5 days ago. I was Simon 5 years ago. I was Simon when I was a 5-year-old boy. That there is, you feel that there has been a continuity of your identity that has run through your life, and that continuity it's the continuity of who you really are. It is yourself that has continued. So what has continued in your life? What is it in your experience that accounts for this conviction that you have? My identity is continuous. Is it your thoughts? No, I mean, thoughts are obviously not continuous. You can think one thing one day, you can think the opposite the next day. So your thoughts obviously don't constitute your essential identity. They are something that appear to you. That they are superfluous. It's like a shirt that you put on. It's not your thoughts are not essential to you. There are times when you're not thinking at all, but even when you're not thinking, you, whatever you essentially are, remains in the absence of thought. Yeah. Same is true of your sensations. You have your hand on your face at the moment. That's a sensation, yes? Take your hand away.
Yes.
That sensation goes. Yeah? The sensation's vanished. Did you vanish? No. You, whatever you essentially are, has remained. That is true of every sensation you have ever had. So the sensations through which we experience the body cannot be part of our essential identity. They are added to us and removed from us, like a sweater. The same is true of your relationships. The same is true of your activities. The same is true of your feelings. The same is true of your perceptions of the world. All of these, none of them are permanent. They all come and go. They are intermittent. So your conviction that you have that you are always the same self cannot be derived from any of the changing elements of experience. So what does it come from? What is it that accounts for your absolute certainty? I am always present. I'm always myself.
You want me to answer this, right? Yeah.
Yes.
That which is aware of it.
Exactly. There is one element of your experience that doesn't come and go, namely your being, or we could say the fact of being aware. So everything that we are aware of is temporary. It comes and goes. Thoughts, images, feelings, activities, relationships, sensations, all of these are temporary. They are what we are aware of. But there's one element of experience, the fact of being aware, consciousness, that remains consistently present throughout all changing experience. So I would suggest that awareness or consciousness, or I use the words synonymously, is our essential identity. Now, if you now imagine removing, if we consider this at least as a possibility now, we're not asking anyone to believe it, just consider it as a possibility. If we were to remove from awareness everything that can be removed from awareness, what can we say about awareness itself? To give you a visual analogy, it's like saying, remove everything from the room in which you are sitting that is not essential to the room. So take out the lamp, take out the chair, take out the radiator, take out the picture, take out the table, take out the computer, take out everything. To even remove the walls, they have not always been there. Take out everything, remove everything that can be removed. What is the nature of the space that remains? Now, we do the same
Just
thing.
Space.
Just space. And let's do it with space first. Okay, we've removed everything. What can we say about that space? It is present. What else?
It doesn't have, there's no resistance in it. It has no objective qualities.
It has no objective qualities and therefore no limitations. Now, do exactly the same thing with the space of awareness within which our experience arises. Remove our thoughts. It's just a thought experiment. Just imagine we remove everything from awareness that can be removed from it. Thoughts, images, feelings, sensations, perceptions. What remains? Just the fact of being aware, or awareness itself. Now, what is its nature?
Its nature is, well, it's open, unresistant. So there's no resistance in it. It's open, allowing, accepting, free, and as you would say, unlimited, in that it has no start and no end.
It's unlimited because there's nothing in it. We've emptied it of content. The content of experience has been removed. So there's no form. There's nothing objective in it, like the empty space of your room after everything has been. There's nothing objective there, and because there's nothing objective there, there's nothing limited there. So what we are saying is that the very essence of ourself is unlimited, not separate, not temporary, not finite. It is only when our essential self of pure awareness becomes mixed up with the content of experience that it seems to acquire its limitations, and we seem as a result to become a temporary, finite, separate entity. And this in other words, we could say that our essential being is clothed in experience and seems to acquire the limitations of experience. Thoughts are limited, feelings are limited, sensations are limited. So when our essential being, or the fact of being aware, becomes mixed up with the content of experience, it seems to acquire its limitations. The unlimited, open, empty space of awareness becomes, or seems to become, a temporary, finite, limited self. And that is, it doesn't really become that. It all takes place in the imagination. We believe, and as a result, we feel we are this separate, limited self. And because we believe this, our innate qualities, as you said, openness, allowing, imperturbable or undisturbable, at peace, are essential qualities of peace, joy, openness, are veiled or obscured because we have identified ourselves with the content of experience. And that is why the primary emotion that the separate self now feels itself to be limited, to be a fragment. And as this fragment, there are two emotions that are essential to it. One, it feels incomplete, and therefore it is always seeking happiness. And two, it feels that it is fragile, vulnerable, destined to die, and therefore it is always seeking to protect itself. So these two primary emotions or activities of seeking and resisting characterize the apparently separate self. But all we are really seeking is not the object, the substance, the activity, the trophy. What we are really seeking is to return to our essential nature. We are seeking to be undressed, to be divested of the limitations that we have become mixed up with. In other words, we're seeking to return to our essential nature. That's all anybody truly ever longs for. Indeed, the desire for intimacy in relationship is the desire for the loss of the sense of separation. That's what intimacy in relationship is. We feel one with the other. We lose our sense of being a separate self. That's why we love intimate relationship. It's not really the other person. It's the loss of the sense of separation that we look for. If we invest the other person with the ability to affect this loss of the sense of separation in us, then we place on them an impossible demand, because another person cannot really do that for us. And that is often why conflicts in relationships begin, is because our partner fails to live up to our impossible demand. What is the demand? Please remove from me my sense of separation. Well, in the early days, that our partner does do that for us, so we love them. But later on, they can't possibly do that for us. So then that's when the conflicts begin.